Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Making Money Work for Regular People. I am your gracious host, Glenn. And, not that anyone knows at this time, because remember, this is like the period where I'm building my content and everything. But, just because I know it, I'm just going ahead and say it. I took a hiatus. Um, I took a hiatus because I was preoccupied with a lot of different things, as far as looking for work, going to a training that where I ended up not taking the work assignment, and just being preoccupied with life, and so um, gotta be careful about contract jobs. I'm not going to stay on this for very long. When you're out here, taking on these contract jobs, these 1099 jobs, and you're attempting to earn money from these things, one thing that you have to find out, and this is the most important thing, something that I kind of, took for granted because I've always been a W-2 employee. Um, you have to find out when the pay period begins and when it ends. See, they're good at this one company, which I will not, mention the name, but they're good at telling you um, when training will be and when you'll get paid, but they're not good. But they leave out the details, and to me, that's the hallmark of a company that I should not be working for, in my personal opinion. Now, obviously, there's thousands of other people who work for this company, and by the way, it's a sizable company that employs a lot of individuals who work from home. Um, they obviously feel differently from me, but it's the hallmark of lack of professionalism, and I'm just not. I refuse to do it. So what do I mean by all those points that I pointed out? Well, um, for one, you need to you need to know not only when you're going to get paid, but most importantly, when your what your pay period is and how that relates to um and how that correlates to the payment date. So, for instance, I took a loss too. By the way, I took a loss on, and where did that sound come from? My goodness, I took a loss from for training for the class in the first place. Simply because I was hoping that I was going to get started right away, and then I'll get paid on the first, February 1st. And, the hours between, I mean, not the hours, the days I work between January 16th and the 31st would be, the pay period for the first, right? Um, that was assuming a lot of things. Um, turns out I was notoriously wrong. Okay. I kind of like took things for granted, didn't look it up until my fourth day of training. And actually, the payday for the first is paying not the 2 weeks leading up to the first, but it's paying from January 1st to the 15th. Okay. So the employees who've already been, well, not employees, the contractors who've already been working that assignment and who've been working with that company are actually getting paid for, not for the most recent 2 weeks, and this is different between getting paid semi-monthly versus getting paid every 2 weeks and so on and so forth. They're just now getting their money from, the 1st to the 15th of January on February 1st. Now, yeah, because they're people work the entire month, they already have a check up there on the board just in case they quit or whatever. Then that gets paid out, on the 15th or whatever. And then whatever was earned between the 1st and the 15th gets paid out on March 1st. You see how confusing that shit is? So, I'm like, man, I could, you know what? Maybe I don't want to work this assignment. Maybe I want to just buy my time. So it's not getting paid anyway. I think I want to buy my time and see if I can get a better job. You know what I'm saying? Because what I was going to do is I was going to, I've had a few interviews and, they both kind of, for whatever reason, the companies didn't see value in a person who's, worked at a startup for 5 years in customer service on a senior level. And, that's just what it is. It sucks. You know what I'm saying? But I figured, well, I already have another contract, job that's coming up pretty soon anyway. If I'm going to go without a check for a month, let me get a good job. And so I've been so like today I kind of got rejuvenated and have, been working on my resume. I worked on a secondary resume actually for my bookkeeping, stuff. And I'm just going to go out here and I'm going to sell myself, you know what I'm saying? And my plan is to work 2 jobs for the duration of this year. Whenever I'm able to get the primary job, of course, plus the other contract job, and I'm gonna just go from there. And I was gonna take this video. See, I wasn't even supposed to talk about this. I was gonna take this video and record my, continue my, my theory and my plan, talking about my plans on investing. And I think I'm just, stop this video and make this like its own individual video and just go into the next video. So, but yeah, watch the pay periods for these work from home contract jobs. Just so you understand what you're getting into, because had I worked this particular job for this really huge company, who's, and that's what really attracted me to the assignment. Should have known better. But had I, worked it out as, and see, there was just so many, oh my goodness. There were so many red flags. One, all the training material had not been provided to the entire class, in a timely manner. Like, it was a 5-day training. Out of those 5 days, I didn't receive my modules for the. I'm not gonna tell you. I did not receive the any of the modules for the client that we were training on for this season. I might have gave up a little bit too much there. Um, until day 4. Now day 5, I'm supposed to graduate from this training, but day 4 I didn't receive. I didn't receive the materials until day 4, and then they expected me to be ready to graduate and nest and everything. So I went in with the intent to just go ahead and finish out the modules as soon as possible, and it never happened. I mean, I eventually finished out the mod. So like my training was supposed to end last Tuesday. That was first. It was supposed to conclude on Tuesday. And those of us who had not gotten a chance to finish due to no fault of our own, we were given an extra day, of which I was going to not rest and not go in. I spent that day. I was supposed to spend that day dedicated to my modules, but instead finishing up my modules. But instead, I encountered unexpected internet issues with Comcast and was unable to finish it successfully on Wednesday. It ended up taking until the very next day to fix my internet problems because my internet just went out. You know what I'm saying? It just went completely out. And so Wednesday, Thursday, had a job interview Friday. And so so like there's 3 days I'm, not really able to, deal with my issue, so to speak, and just finish up these modules. So I ended up not finishing until Tuesday morning this week. And after Tuesday morning this week, I had an epiphany. I said, wait a minute. My nesting coach hadn't gotten in touch with me. And granted, I'm supposed to like be in touch with her too, but like I don't even know her. And so I hadn't gotten in touch with her. I wasn't really sure whether or not, by schedule, I was supposed to be on the phones, wasn't really, too comfortable with getting on that phone on such a complex product. Because they'll just tell you one thing. Oh, well, Glenn, it's going to be this. It's just going to be people who have issues logging in. And then you'll be on the phone for, next thing you know, you'll be dealing with some things that they left out of training, that they didn't realize. Oh my God, I didn't. That was the first time that someone who's come out of training has ever encountered. No, it's not. So it's like, you know what? And I'm not gonna get paid for until March 1st. You know what? Maybe I should use that time more wisely. For one, I could fast. I could afford to fast. So, But you know, it was just a complete waste of time. So I already know what I'm gonna title this video. Um, and I'm gonna title it the same way that I started the video. So I'm gonna finally click stop, and then we're going to go into my plans for this year. Even though my year on financial tip has started out so shitty thus far, but we're gonna I'm gonna get through this. I'm a resilient person because I can't lose my lifestyle. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna do what it takes to keep my lifestyle afloat. So that's pretty much it. Pretty much all. Yeah. So for those of you in the future who's watching this a year or two from now, I will holler at y'all later. I hope y'all continue to watch my videos, and if you like what you see, whether it's I'm sorry, but seriously, like if you enjoy the content, whether it's a day from now, or a year from now, or 10 years from now, or whenever, make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Very good for the algorithm, and very good for YouTube, so that they can know that, yeah, more than just my mom likes my content. I'll holler at y'all later.